Let's position the kitchen cabinets in their place. Right, so first let's freeze the walls layer so we don't mess anything up. Then I'm going to select island and I'm going to hide it for now. So next I'm going to select all these pieces here. Make sure and this is set to use selection center. And rotate like this. Okay, let's move here. Let's move up. So all these parts should be about, okay, let's measure this. So they should be about 8 centimeters up from the ground. So right now they're on the floor, and now I'm gonna use this manual input, move them up by 8 centimeters. Okay, so the height looks about right. Now let's move them back to their correct position. So these pieces should be right over here according to my plan. Okay. These should be slightly out, like this. Actually, let's hide the walls for now. And these parts are actually here. Okay, that's good. Now the upper cabinets. Okay, like that. And let's select the shelves and move them inwards. Like this. Okay. So everything's in its place right now. Let's do the same for the side. Okay, rotate like this. 90 degrees this way. Move over to the room. Okay. Let's align them like this. Okay, now align them vertically with the other set of cabinets. Okay, that's good. And finally we need to move these two doors inwards, like this. Okay, so the front parts all are in the right place. Let's unhide the walls. That looks about right. Now we need to close up all the gaps at the work surface and the cornices of these cabinets. Right. Let's hide and freeze the walls again. And let's hide the island as well. Okay, so for these parts I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna make a simple box. It's not really accurate since the cabinets would have a somewhat different structure inside than a simple box, but you know, it doesn't matter, it will not be seen at all. Just want to make sure there are no empty spaces behind the doors, so it might be noticeable if there are some. Okay. Let's convert to editable poly. And let's connect these edges here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extrude this top polygon here. To get rid of the gap on the side of the fridge. So just move it up to the top. Okay, perfect. Now let's make another box over here. Actually, I'm just gonna draw a line. Okay, let's switch the layers. Just draw a line tracing the plan, somewhat like this. And right up to the wall. Okay. Actually gonna take these two and collapse them to editable polys and extend them down like this to fill the gap on the bottom. That looks okay. Actually here, since this cabinet is with glass doors, and you will be able to see through. Okay, I'm gonna make it from a separate piece. Alright, so move the vertices over here. Connect everything like this, move down. And I'm gonna extrude this lower part just to make sure there are no gaps here. Right. That's good. Now let's take this element from the shelf, the outer shell, and I'm going to copy it over here, detach it from the group, and adjust the side like this. Okay. Let's copy the backing board as well. Alright, let's make our glass transparent by giving it some refractions. And now we can see through the glass panels. These are a bit too similar. I'm going to change the mapping for some of these backing boards. Okay, just making sure they are all different. And copy to the other side as well. Texture is a bit too stretched out. Let's fix it with some new mapping. Alright, that's better. And let's copy the backing board as well. Okay, perfect. And finally, let's copy these over to the other side as well. Like this. And move here. Actually, let's close this gap. Alright, no gaps here. It's fine. Very nice. Good. And one more back for these tall cabinets on the right side. So this one's pretty deep. Okay, that's good. Backing board. And extend down. And again, the texture is a bit too stretched, so I'm gonna fix it with some new map. Okay, good. Let's assign these parts wooden texture as well. And give them a simple UV map. Okay, and let's make the grain vertical. And for the lower part, I'm gonna add an edit poly modifier. Slice in some edges over here. Select the lower polys and make the grain horizontal for them. Alright, looks good. Let's add some glass shelves to our cabinets. I'm gonna make a few simple boxes. Okay, let's make them 8mm thick. Move inside the cabinet, adjust the size. Something like this. And chamfer all the edges by, let's say, 2mm. Maybe even 1. Okay. And assign the glass material. And let's say we're going to use about 2 of these in these cabinets like this. Okay, copy over here. Add edit poly and adjust the size to fit. Shift plus rotate, make another copy. And move to this cabinet over here. Okay, so that's good. Actually, let's increase the distance between them slightly. Just gonna select all these glass pieces and scale them up on the y-axis like this. Okay, perfect. And finally, oh wait, looks like this one is not deep enough. And finally, copy one of the glass pieces over here. And adjust the size to fit cabinet. Okay. And for this cabinet, we're gonna position the glass pieces at these cross sections. Okay, perfect. This will be for some larger pieces. Right, now we need to make the countertop. Actually, I think these drawers should be slightly out from where they are now. Right, yeah, well, once I look at the plan, I can see that they should be here instead of where they were previously. Okay. Right, that's not a big problem. We can fix that easily. Now let's create another box here. And adjust the size to match the height of the countertop. Okay, good. And let's assign our wooden material and some mapping as well. Alright. And Shift plus Move to make a copy to the right side. Great. And let's proceed with the countertop. And so I'm gonna hide these upper parts for now, since they will only get in the way. All right. And let's use a line tool to trace the outline of our cabinets, like this. Actually, I'm gonna make it straight through here. And we're gonna cut that part out. Okay, that's good. Move the line up. Position it right above the top drawers. Okay, looks like I'm gonna unhide all and isolate. Isolate my line and kitchen island. I'm going to copy the profile from the island. Right, hide island. Reselect your line and use bevel profile to create the countertop. Okay, let's rotate it. Looks good. Collapse editable poly. Okay, let's assign the granite material. Unhide all. And now we're gonna have to cut some elements out. So the first thing we're gonna cut out is the space for the oven. And the second part we need to cut out is the space for the sink. So let's cut out the oven part first. I'm gonna make a box. It's pretty simple. Move up, make sure it intersects with the countertop. Go to compound objects and use Pro Boolean to cut out this piece. Alright, that's good. Let's flatten these sides. I'm going to collapse editable poly and flatten the sides, just so they don't intersect with the cabinets or the fridge right here. Just scale them down to 0. And good. Now let's cut out the part for the sink. Right, let's make a rectangle, something like this. Maybe slightly smaller, like 1 meter by 50 centimeters. Let's round the corners. Like this. Okay, I'm gonna make a copy of this one so we can use it later on to create a sink in these correct dimensions. And now I'm gonna extrude the one I copied. Move it down. Okay, I'm gonna make another copy. That's because we have to cut out a hole in this wooden object and in this countertop. So we need 2 pieces to cut out. So first let's cut one out from the countertop. Let's use the compound object booleans. Okay. And now let's select this wooden box and use booleans as well. Right, looks good. Nice hole in our table. Okay, so that's it. Let's unhide all and check if we forgot something. And we need to create the cornices for all the cabinets. Right, let's do that now. So first, let's make a cornice over here. So let's check the drawings. And it looks like something like this. So this is going to be the path. And now we need to create the profile to extrude along this path. And you can see the profile over here in my original drawings. I'm just gonna roughly trace it. Okay, let's adjust the curves. Make it a bit smoother. Okay, let's fill in this vertex. And finally, let's chamfer the hard edges, or the hard corners, for a more realistic result. Okay, perfect. So that's gonna be this cornice over here. Let's use bevel profile. Rotate 180 degrees. And move up to the correct position. Okay, right over here. Okay, that's good. And maybe let's move these in. Select the segment, press Shift and move it up to make a copy. I just want to close the shape so it automatically fills the gaps on the inside. Now well the corner vertices. Okay, since it's inside the wall, it doesn't matter if we have profile on the back side, as long as it looks fine. Okay, and add a UVW map. Something horizontal would be in order here, like this. Good. Just gonna adjust my wall, okay, like that. Right, let's make the cornice for the rest of the objects. So it goes something like this. I'm just gonna trace it. Okay, around the fridge. Back down to the upper cabinets. And straight into the wall here. Continues over here. Until these next cabinets. Goes down to the corner and into the wall. Right. I'm not doing this too accurately, just to make it faster. Alright, let's draw the profile. And adjust the curves. It's pretty similar to the one we made for the oven top. Okay, let's make it 16 segments and fill it this rounded part. And finally a slight chamfer to these hard corners. Okay, good. Select your line and bevel profile. And pick the profile. Okay, this time it's facing the correct way. Assign the wood material. Looks like it's slightly protruding from the wall. Over here. Just gonna adjust my wall. Just pull it out a few millimeters. Doesn't matter. Just like that. And this should work fine. Okay, perfect. And finally we need to cap this part over here. Right, let's select our line. Copy these segments down. Okay, copy this segment up. And move the vertices down. And just roll them together. Okay, looks good. Let's add the UVW map, and that should be fine. I'm just gonna drag and drop it from this previous cornice here, since the grain orientation should be the same. Maybe move it slightly like this. Alright, perfect. And that's our basic kitchen with all the cabinets and the island. Now we just need to make the oven, some details, some lights, some chairs, stuff like that.